Hi, I'm B. Allen, aka podcast host, aka comedian, and informer of things you may or may not know. I'm a heathen, and sometimes say things you may or may not agree with. I don't care.
Hi, I'm Jamaal, minister, comedian, and podcast host. The opinions of this podcast are for entertainment only. Please pray for the pod, and may God help us all.
Until then, don't cancel us and enjoy the scheduled program.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to the Church Parking Lot Podcast, where it is
And it ain't
what you think. Yeah, this is your boy Jamaal, joined by my boy
B. Allen. What's happening, everybody?
Yeah, this is the Church Parking Lot Podcast, controversial comedy, where we basically do stand-up in the podcast.
Yeah.
And we talk about crazy stories that you probably ain't heard about. Make sure y'all go visit our website at churchparkinglotpodcast.com. Make sure you go to our, what am I trying to say?
Yeah, go
social media.
Yeah, that too.
Go to our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook. We on TikTok. We on YouTube. Make sure you go by YouTube where you can get this video of our podcast, man. And make sure you stop by our sole sponsor of shopnewclothes.com.
That's what he meant to say.
Shopnewclothes.com. Man, this is the Church Parking Lot Podcast, man. We gonna get it started like we always do with our favorite segment.
Man, what episode is this?
Oh, this is episode 111, baby.
There you go.
One.
One.
Huh?
One.
One for the Father.
Yeah.
One for the Son. One for the Holy Spirit. All up in here. Yeah. The preacher and the heathen and the preacher.
Is that what the ones are for?
Huh?
I thought the ones were the signs of an angel.
It's the signs of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
So when it's another one, then what does it mean?
Me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough, baby.
Fair enough, man.
That's who we died for.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we gonna go ahead and get this started on episode 111, our Easter special, Easter egg hunt. Huh? Yeah, we out here, Resurrection Podcast. Get started with our favorite segment entitled For Why? Why for? B. Allen.
What's up,
Hey, man, go ahead and give us the, for why. You're going to start with the one. First one.
First one, man. First one.
Yeah.
Man, are you a museum guy? You like to see the exhibits?
I do.
Check out a painting or two, a sculptor.
Yeah.
What are your favorite type of museums or artsy type of things to go and look at? Or do you have a favorite?
My favorite is going to see like the wax museums.
Ooh. Okay.
Like the wax museums, you get to see, they look real.
Right.
They look lifelike. They look like they just, about to jump out and grab you and stuff like that. They actually look like some of them.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Some of them look like wax. Some look like wax.
Some of them look like a candle that somebody said, "Ooh, this look like Barack Obama," and they put it up in the museum.
It looks like the candle's been burning too long.
Yes, sir. It look like they had it on the communion table too long.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So, yeah, I like the wax museums because then, you're able to get interactive with it. Like, just watching the painting or looking at a painting, I'm not that dude to look at a painting, I see what he did there.
Right.
I see what he did. You see the pain and the lines. I'm not that dude.
Man, you got to get intrinsic. Which word am I looking for?
Intrinsic.
It's one of those artsy, famous.
One of those.
But that's
words.
what I'm going for. That's what you got to do when you're going to observe that type of exhibit.
You a museum guy?
I have been.
What?
I don't know. Haven't been in a while.
Okay, all right.
I was a common Smithsonian,
Okay,
visitor.
right.
I like that type of thing. I like to see an exhibit that tells me a story.
Right,
And it's
right.
different every time I go.
So have you been to the African American Museum in D.C.?
I have not.
So you just don't like stories.
No, it's not that. I mean, it's not free. Just keeping it real with you right now. It's not free.
My museum right now is the library.
Yeah.
That's my museum.
Yeah, www. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know how many museums you can visit via 3D walkthrough?
Hey,
just with the click of a button. You know what I'm saying? Right hand on mouse, left hand on Cheeto bag. You feel me?
Hey, for real, the way social media is, you really don't have to go to the museum.
You don't.
Because everybody that's on your friends list has probably been to a museum you want to go to.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is just follow them.
Yeah, go look at their pictures.
Yeah,
pretty much. Well, man, look, after I tell you this next story, you may or may not want to stay clear of museums also. Okay?
All together?
Like,
doesn't matter what museum.
I don't know. We're going to see how you feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been to a museum where they've had a mummy? You remember?
No, not that I can remember.
Right.
And truth be told, I probably have been to a museum that have them. I probably just never went to that area.
Right.
Because it's like, it just seems freaky. Like, actually somebody's bones is in that sarcophagus.
Yeah, preserved.
Yes.
Like very well.
Very well. Like, I don't want to have that moment to where, like, if, say, for instance, you are a long life descendant of this person and you don't know it, and they've been waiting for that long life descendant to come around so that they could come back to life.
Right.
I don't want that.
You don't want.
I think I've watched too many movies. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, it's funny you say that because there's there's a traveling exhibit. Okay.
A traveling exhibit.
Yeah, traveling exhibit.
Okay, all right.
It'll come to you for the right price.
Don't want that. I don't like people coming to my house anyway.
There's a traveling exhibit of accidental mummies. Yeah,
what?
Accidental mummies. This is in Mexico. The mummies of Guanajuato.
Sounds like a fruit.
Does sound like a fruit.
Okay.
These are no fruity mummies. I'll tell you that right now.
Not that we know of.
Dating back to the 1800s.
Okay.
So ain't no telling.
Right.
No telling. We trying to be respectful. We don't know what kind of mummies these were.
No. They might have been like or they might have been like
They're called accidental mummies because they were basically buried accidentally in these crypts where they kept dry, mineral-rich soil. Okay. Yes, sir.
How can you accidentally bury somebody?
Well, you know, back in the day, when you had like slaves and people of color,
right,
working in pretty bad conditions,
right.
Sometimes the factory just implodes. And whoever was working that shift is now a memoriam. So, and we can make fun of it now, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the 1800s, right? We can joke about our ancestors, right?
Yeah, this 200 years ago.
Yeah, 200? No, this is way longer than that. Wow. Anyway, so So you have these accidental mummies that were buried, right?
Right.
So now they've become this tourist attraction. They'll ask me how it became that.
Okay.
Somebody dug them up, discovered it, whatever, put it in the museum. Right?
Okay. All right.
That's what we do. We find artifacts and we find a way to make money off of it.
Okay. Right.
So, the mummies have been in this museum. No one knows exactly why the mummies have not been disintegrating, because they're not mummified in the normal way that mummies are be mummying. You know what I'm saying? These are more like daddy mummies. They're not really there. You know what I'm saying? Because the mummies really get wrapped in like love and delicate care, but the daddy mummies is like, he over there.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him. So no one knows why these mummies are disintegrating.
It's a baby daddy mummy.
Yeah, but now here's where it gets tricky. Okay. Here's where it gets tricky.
Yes, sir.
They have noticed that a lot of these mummies that when come in contact with close to humans,
mm-hmm.
okay, they have noticed that these mummies have started to grow things.
I'm sorry. Time out.
Okay.
This is a dead body.
It's a mummy.
It's a mummy.
Accidental mummy.
That's not been mummified.
Correctly. Accidentally mummified.
Accidentally mummified. Mm-hmm. But wait, hold on. When you say because like you just said, there's a whole process.
Yeah.
In mummification.
Yeah.
Like process. They go through. They have these herbs and spices that they use, which is basically the new term for the day. Which is what's the stuff they put in dead bodies?
I don't know. Embalming fluid?
Embalming fluid.
Okay.
So they have these herbs and spices that they use to embalm these mummies. Then they wrap them in these layers of...
It's like linen or cloth.
Linen, cloth, yeah. So they wrap them up. And how are these people accidentally mummified?
They're saying that the soil is kind of like mimicking, I guess, the process.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's also why they're kind of slowly, disintegrating faster than a normal mummy would.
Okay, all right, continue.
So,
I'm sorry, my bad.
You've got them in these tourist attractions,
right?
Okay, and they're noticing that the more, like I said, the more human contact they come in contact with, they're starting to grow things on them.
Okay.
Different funguses and possible bacterias. So they're warning people, you might not want to come too close to these mummies. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is there? I feel like there's going to be a news report about people who are dying for no reason.
It's
and
possible.
They're gonna have like this unordinary, unknown skin disease where their skin is disintegrating, while on the other hand, this mummy is growing.
Well, look, man, upwards to 5,000 people have visited these.
It's gonna be a lot of funerals.
It's
gonna be a lot of funerals coming up.
But I feel like something has to be missing somewhere, because I can't think of any grave site or, burial area where you can go and dig up a body and possibly see growth. I'm pretty sure all you would see is boxes of bones. So what is it that these Mexican mummies have done so different? I don't know either.
I don't know
either.
So they're growing fungus?
I don't know. I know they cook with a lot of cilantro. So I was thinking that, maybe that, when they go back to Earth, they come back as what we want them to be. And, we want them to help us cook our foods. So come back as cilantro. Come back as limes.
They coming back as spices?
Please. I wish you could come back as sour cream. If it was possible, just come back as a whole Mexican meal. It'd be a whole new meaning to Taco Tuesday if we were getting our condiments from mummified creatures.
Hey, man, I forgot the green onions. I'm going to run to the store. Don't worry about it. The museum on their way to the house.
Yeah, I just shave a little off the mummy. Just shave a little off. Yeah.
What? These mummies are growing actual... Well, you know what? That makes sense. Because if you are a mummy and you've been accidentally mummified, but the soil is, taking care of you or disintegrating you, it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You actually become mulch.
Yeah.
You are a actual seed feed.
You're a chia pet.
You're a cheetah pet.
Yeah.
Or chia pet. Yeah. Yeah. You actually are. You are the actual chia pet.
You are. Now, the more miraculous thing about these mummies is how they were discovered in the first place. I failed to mention this. They're a tourist attraction, but how they were discovered, was okay, you ready for this?
Nope.
Okay. The mummies were discovered by surprised cemetery workers who were removing the remains of people whose relatives couldn't afford to pay graveyard fees. So basically, if you couldn't afford to have your grandmama buried, they might do the little yada yada, little song and dance for you, all that, say a couple prayers for you,
right.
Drop you in the grave. Then when everybody leave, all right, they gone. Go ahead, dig them back up. Get them out of here. No, they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it. So they discovered these mummies from basically like repoed bodies. Basically, these are repo mummies. It's man, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up.
This is like selling bad used cars.
Yeah. So you selling bodies at this
point,
man.
You selling bodies or grave sites. Like,
can you imagine having to sell a grave site and like trying to decipher who has paid and who hasn't paid? Well, you know what? Gertrude ain't paid. The Gertrude family, for Gertrude, they ain't even paid yet, so we can go ahead and take her body up out of there. I got a spot for you. Don't even worry about it. Like, what?
What in the world? So they just take their bodies and throw them into this pit of other bodies?
Pretty much. And that's how they become accidentally mummified. So if you want to have your body preserved, okay, just don't pay for your funeral.
And go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, you can get everything in Mexico, man.
Yeah.
You can get everything in Mexico. You can take care of somebody that you don't want to come back anymore.
Yeah.
You can get a BBL.
Okay.
You could get implants and all kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, they do sell a lot of medicine over the counter. And be careful over there. They kidnapping folk over there.
That's true. You can get steroids for the low.
Yeah.
Not that I know. I'm just saying that's what reports say. Watch WWE.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to Mexico, man. I don't want to go to Mexico no more. There's a big fat graveyard at the do. They grabbed me by the collar, made me pay $2. I don't want to go to Mexico no more. You ever did that as a kid? You ever said that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there, man.
Look, man, that just begs the question. For why?
Why for I pour water on you and you sprout? That's what I want to know.
That ain't right, man.
That ain't right, man.
That ain't right.
Not at all. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all, man. Look, man, but speaking of green sprouting all over the place.
Green sprout, baby.
Hey, man, one of the greatest sounds known to mankind is when you just sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your phone, it might be dry. You know, no notifications.
No text messages.
No nothing.
Yeah.
But out of nowhere, I ain't even got no change in my pocket. Out of nowhere, you just hear a little...
Yeah.
Change
drop. Oh, no, that's what it is. Yeah.
You hear that change drop, you're like, oh, somebody hit my cash
Hit
app.
the cash app, baby.
Somebody hit the cash app.
Yeah.
Man. You check your cash app, you might have got, 5, 10, 20 bucks. I don't know. Some people got the direct deposit to your cash app.
I don't.
Hey, however you use your cash app, it's your cash app. It's your app. So get your cash.
That is true.
Cash app has been one of the first peer-to-peer money exchanging
money transfer
apps systems that we've seen without having the financial institution in the way.
Right.
You don't need
take the middleman out.
Wells Fargo, Bank of America, none of that. All you need is access to an account.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, as long as, Visa, MasterCard, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can send money, worldwide.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye.
You can.
So.
Even get a debit card with it.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got one.
You?
Yeah, I got
one too. I got one too.
Man, look, man. It is with sad news that I report today that the creator of Cash App.
Doggone.
Mr. Bob Lee, at 43, was killed in San Francisco in an apparent robbery / murder / slasher.
Yeah, this is sad.
Killed outside some luxury apartments near his home.
Yeah. So
it's a pretty high profile case.
It is.
A lot of people are upset.
Yeah.
Because there's been a string of murders and homicides in San Francisco that have gone unnoticed.
I did not know San Fran was like that.
What? I got the Los Angeles jersey.
You got the
I forgot we switched jerseys.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I
thought you already knew.
No, I mean the team, yes.
Yeah.
The city. I had no idea. When I thought San Fran, all I thought was, coffee cups and red bridges. That's it. I thought y'all just, sipped your caffeine and just went across the bridge.
No, man, we talking about mummification and stab wounds. That's what we talking about.
San Fran apparently gets it in. And, Mr. Bob Lee, unfortunately, passed away. So now...
Yeah.
The question is, what happens next?
What you mean?
What happens next, man?
You pour water on him. He grows some green onions, some peppers.
I don't think that's how that works.
Some potatoes.
Don't think that's how that works.
Depending on his origin, you might have sweet potatoes or you might have regular white potatoes from Iowa. I don't know.
But the question is...
okay.
Was this a random attack on, a wealthy man outside of his luxury apartment, just down on his luck that day?
Right.
Or is it a conspiracy theory by the government to get rid of all of our creators for peer-to-peer cash transactions?
I'm going to go with number 1. I'm going to go with number 1.
Well, for the purpose of playing devil's advocate, I'm also going to go with number 1.
This is our second one.
Yeah, I'm going with number 1 plus 1.
1 plus 1.
Because if you also... What happened, Siri? I don't know. If you also haven't heard in the news... The government has just issued, fresh off the market. Not within 72 hours of my man Bob Lee dying.
Yeah.
The blood is still fresh on the sidewalk outside of his apartment.
It's still dripping off the knife.
They still got the caution tape wrapped around his body like a mummy.
He ain't even finished being chalk outlined yet.
And, if you get too close, you might catch a cold. That's how fresh this is.
Start growing algae.
The creator of Cash App is killed.
Yeah.
And immediately, the government has said, well, we're going to start a program called Fed Now.
What is Fed Now, sir?
Fed Now is going to be a peer-to-peer
What?
cash transaction
What?
application
Where
you can send money from person to person worldwide without the use of a financial institution.
This sounds very familiar.
Nah, I don't sound like that, man.
It sounds a little familiar,
No,
man. I feel like you've said this already before in the podcast earlier, maybe a couple of episodes ago.
Or maybe like 45 seconds ago.
You know, what is it too? I didn't count. You know, I wasn't counting. Maybe I got my episodes mixed up. You know, there's 444, there's 111. I don't know, you know, what the math equation is, but, you know, this sounds like Pythagorean theorem right here.
Yo, what? You know, we talk about conspiracy theories all the time.
We do.
Before 2020, you know what I'm saying? I was I wouldn't even say a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I was getting away from the conspiracy theories.
Right.
I was trying to drift away from them.
Right.
And then, you know, 2020 hit and COVID hit and everybody's brain got clouded all over again.
Facts.
And now, you know what I'm saying, I'm really thinking with my third eye with everything that comes out.
Pause. Okay.
Well, fourth eye. I don't know. How many eyes I got?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, I'm thinking. That's the important part. No matter what eye I'm using. Okay? I am the tiger. So, I'm just thinking with everything that I see. So then when I see this Cash App dude, the creator of Cash App is killed.
Yeah.
And immediately the government's like, oh yeah, well it's alright. We got our own program we're about to launch. You immediately think, okay, well the government sent somebody to whack them off, right? Well, get them whacked? You know what I meant by that?
No,
anyway.
No, I don't want to know what you meant.
Look, you can die either way, depending on how you do it.
Hey,
You know
just pour water on me, baby. Yeah. I'll grow back.
Oh man, this is too much. Yo, so my gears get to grinding and really thinking, right?
Right.
So.
Right.
What do you think, man? Do you think I'm looking too much into this, or do you think this train has wheels?
Absolutely, you're looking too far into this. Absolutely, you are. So you know what? All jokes aside, I believe everything that you're saying because it's happened too many times over history.
Yeah.
Case in point. How many times have you heard the story, and I can count at least 4 or 5 different, 3 or 4 times that I have heard that somebody has come up with the idea or the invention that vehicles can run off of water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And every single time that person comes out, tries to get a patent, copyright, whatever the case may be, for that invention,
right,
that motor vehicles can now function off of water instead of gasoline and oil, somehow, some way, they pass away.
Yeah. Or they go missing.
Or they go missing.
Or something. Yeah.
And it's too common.
Right.
It's too common, not with just water and vehicles, but you got Cash App and what is it called? FedEx or Fed?
Yeah, Fed Now.
Fed Now?
Yeah.
Why would you call it Fed Now? You're already telling us what happened. My man died. How did he die? Fed Now.
What's that? Is that fentanyl?
No, that's federal. That's the U.S. of Mexico mummification.
Wow. That's a reach, but okay.
Hey, I don't want to be next. I don't want to be next.
I don't want to be next either, man. But I mean, I get it. I get why the government would want, a piece of that money, because you've got Cash App, you got your Venmo, you got PayPal.
Yeah, you got all that.
And there's a lot of that going on. So, and the government wants a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? They just announced last year that they were going to be taxing us on our Cash App.
I was just about to go there. Facts.
So apparently that wasn't enough.
No, not at all.
We need more than your taxes.
Yeah.
We need your Cash App creator.
Yes, we need that, because now your Cash App creator is not going to function or play nice with what we're asking him to do.
Oh yeah, if he created Cash App, he's going to create a way to get around his taxes.
Exactly. So if you're being taxed for the money that you send back and forth to Cash App, which means now not only do you have to pay taxes, but Cash App have to pay taxes on top of the taxes they already got to pay.
Right.
So they're being double taxed,
right.
Which means now I'm going to figure out a way. Okay, cool. Somehow, some way, if you put in the memo line, this is a gift. Not saying that I heard that, but I'm just saying if you put in the memo line that this is a gift, then you can't get taxed on it because it's a gift. So therefore, now all of a sudden I don't know, how to tax it. The only way to tax it is to take out the person who we're trying to tax, who doesn't want to pay his taxes.
Wow.
Fed now.
Well, hey, man. Rest in peace to the Cash App creator.
Man, Rob Lee.
I love the app.
Bob Lee.
I love the app and the concept. Hopefully it keeps rolling. Fed now.
Are you going to use it?
I don't know, man.
I guarantee you.
I don't know.
I guarantee. So when you sign up with Cash App, they don't ask you for your Social Security.
No.
They don't ask you for none of that. They ask you for banking information, and they ask you for an email address and phone number and stuff like that.
At the end of the day, they got you right there.
That is true.
Once you give them your banking information, they got everything.
Right. That is true. But they don't have access to your banking information. I guarantee you sign up with Fed now, they asking you what's your Social Security number.
That's probably the first question they ask you.
Absolutely. I don't need to know your name. No. I just need those digits.
I need your social in order for you to download the app, period.
Forget the double tap for the iPhone or the Play Store. No, I need your Social Security number.
Yes.
Yes.
Social.
Yeah, I need all of that. That way I know who's actually doing this.
Yeah.
There's a way around that.
There is a way around that.
Yeah. You just get the names of the people who didn't pay for their funeral and use their Social Security card. They don't need to pay taxes no more.
They can't pay nothing anyway.
Exactly my point. They couldn't even pay for their funeral. They couldn't even get cremated, dog. They had to be mummified by accident.
Mummified by accident, man. I like that, man.
Hey.
Well, look, man. Speaking of people who really ain't got no money, but always going somewhere.
This fool.
No, cause I'm sick of it, man. Every
what
time
are you sick of, man?
Every time I look up, one of y'all is in Miami, and I don't know how you got there. And I just want to know. Everybody want to share their secrets. Life hack this. Affirmations that, but I never get the hack on where y'all get the money from to travel when you're broke like me. Please make it make sense.
What you mean?
What I mean?
What you mean? Where they get the money?
Where they get the money from?
They already can't pay for the funeral. What you mean?
So instead of paying, no. I'm talking about people who always seem to be going on vacation.
Right.
Just always out there.
Cash App.
You have to have a source. You can't just ask Cash App for money.
No, but you can put your Cash App out there on Facebook and Instagram.
You can do that.
So, if you get out there, put your Cash App out there, and you got people donating because they like your content.
Yeah.
I'm going to Miami. Unless you got a sugar mama or a sugar daddy or a mama daddy or...
These are not the people I see going to Miami. I see baggers and cashiers in Miami. That is true. That's what I see.
That is true.
And
I work too hard and I still can't go to Miami.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. I see too many waitresses
in Miami. They work for tips.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They from California. They in Miami.
Too many meter maids in Miami. I don't understand. Like, what is happening? There's too many barbershop assistants. You know, the ones that sweep up the hair that's in Miami.
They can't even cut hair.
How do you get there? It must be like, you know how they got like the $20 bus to New York?
Yeah.
There must be like a $3 one. Yeah. A $3 one to get down.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you.
Because I'm assuming since you're going south, your vehicle is already descending. So you don't have to use but so much gas. I don't know how it works. I'm just thinking about, you know what I'm saying, physics.
Where am I going to sit? You going to sit right here on top of the engine block and hold this muffler and catalytic converter together. That's how you going to get to Miami.
You said hold them together?
Hold them together, baby. I didn't have enough money to put the bracket on there and get it welded, so I just need you to hold it together. Here goes some heat-resistant gloves.
Well, look, man, this one time, I'm actually happy that I'm not in Miami right now. Okay.
Oh, gosh, yeah. This one here?
Yeah, Miami. I don't know what's happening. Well, I think I know what's happening. But Miami. They've been testing the waters out there in Miami, you know. They've been testing the waters, you know. Y'all been doing your thing out there on spring break. Yeah. You know, we've been seeing y'all having a good time.
Yeah,
you know,
surgeries.
A lot of fights on the sidewalks. You know, a lot of wild things going on.
A lot of wild things going on in Miami.
But just like Pharrell says about his big concert coming up, there's something in the water. There's something in the water, and you might not always see it floating.
It might actually be in the water.
Yeah, man. Miami, Florida health officials have tested areas near Crandon Park in Miami.
Why?
And have said that the water... Well, they always test the water.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to test the water.
You got to test the water.
There's a message in this.
It definitely is.
You got to test the waters. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know where the crap lies. You never know, but you got to go searching.
There's another word for that, but go ahead.
No matter how much you have to go through, you know what I'm saying? You'll never get to the bottom of it unless you pull through it. Yeah. You know, you might not like the feel of it. You might not like the taste of it. You might not like the smell of it. Yeah. You really ain't going to like the taste.
You definitely ain't going to like the taste.
But you got to go through it.
Do you?
You got to go through some things to get to where you want to go. Miami.
You going through it? I mean, you was just talking about, you know, you ain't never been to Miami, but all these waitresses and stuff is going to Miami. So what?
And I'm seeing what's the aftermath of the waitresses and the bellmen, the bellhoppers that apparently have enough money to go to Miami.
Yeah, you become accidentally mummified.
Because health officials are warning that the waters are reeking with feces.
Reeking? Like as in smelling or as in something else?
Well, I'm just saying reeking because it rhymes almost with feces. The feces are coming to Reese's Pieces.
Or our Reese's Pieces.
Our Reese's Pieces.
Do not eat the candy in the water. I know it's Easter, but do not eat the candy.
I hope you wouldn't do that regardless. But if you find candy in the water, come on. Definitely not this candy, man. Health officials are warning that the feces level is too high.
Yeah, it says the poor water quality is due to high levels of enterococci.
Yeah, enterococci.
Yeah, bacteria, an indicator of presence of fecal matter in the water.
Yeah, too high. Too high.
You are literally taking a bath with your dirty cousin.
Yeah.
You ever had that person you like? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's some people out there that took a bath with their cousin. Like cousin stayed over, so you give everybody a bath at the same time.
I did. I've been.
And then you got that dirty cousin that just think it's funny to start farting in the water because it's bubbles, and then all of a sudden they squeeze too hard or they push too hard and. Yeah.
Whoa. Were you that cousin?
Nope.
That's what you sound like.
Nope, not at all.
Sounds very descriptive. Very, very, very vivid.
I'm just saying, there's something in the water.
Are you a vigilante?
No, I just visit museums.
Well, look, man, if you happen to be in Miami or any of the surrounding cities or Florida itself.
Yes, just Florida, the state.
I beg of you to man, watch where you're swimming. Fecal matter is not always just visible to the naked eye. It's very microscopic. It really it's mummified.
It is.
In a sense.
Accidentally.
It's accidentally. You don't know what's there until you get too close, and next thing you know, something's growing on you. So I think because the article reads, and it's kind of funny. The article reads that the elevated levels of fecal matter they don't know where it's come from, right? But they don't know where it's come from. But if you know, like I know, at the end of March and the beginning of April, what always happens? It's a week that's called spring. Break. Yeah. And during spring break,
it's a lot of people.
A lot of people congregate, especially down in Miami, where they believe the waters are clear and the women are near, and they do be out there from what I see,
and they be drinking.
You do be drinking,
and you know what happens when you drink.
When you drink and you're not really from the area and you out there eating all that mummified Mexican food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your body starts to do something that they ain't never did before.
Exactly. And you get yourself into a tight spot. It might be a Bayside Beach area.
Yeah, or 6747 Crandon Boulevard. In Miami, Florida. I don't know the address, but I'm just saying that's,
Hell, I'm just saying, I've heard of people peeing in the pool. I've definitely been a pool pisser, okay? I'm a pisser of pools. What? It is what it is.
Well, see.
Don't invite me there.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Don't invite me there.
No, because see, hold on, wait.
Piss all in your pool.
And a lot.
Huh? That's what the chlorine's there for. Them little.
I was just about to say.
Bees you shake in there. That's for my urine. Thank you. Huh?
Especially if you got a heated pool. I don't know for
My word.
But I'm just saying, the chlorine is there.
Yeah.
Chlorine is basically bleach. So it's supposedly high amounts of chlorine in the pool that kills bacteria and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then we're talking about the ocean.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Atlantic Ocean. And there's no filtration system in there. Like, you basically have become a fish. Let's think about this. If you swim in the ocean anyway, aren't you already swimming in fecal matter?
I mean, to a certain extent, yeah.
To a certain extent or to every extent?
Well, okay. Now, here's the difference.
Okay.
I don't think I have a problem swimming in fish poop. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when it comes to human feces, we excrete a different type of matter. Okay? Like, you ever seen a goldfish poop? It's so cute. It's like 3 little bubbles. Like,
yeah.
And it just disappears.
111.
Yeah. That's it. Episode 111. Now, if I go and drop my 111... If I drop my 111...
Yours have zeros behind it, so we don't need that.
It does have zeros. And probably lots of other trail bits and other stuff.
Trail bits, bubbles.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. It might look mummified. It might look wrapped up in there. Think, what is that? You got something growing on yours? Can't have that, man. Can't have that.
Hey, man. Well, speaking of mummification and, sheesh, bacteria growing, golly. Hey, man, it's Easter.
Yeah.
It's Easter, man.
What about basketball?
Yeah, I mean...
That too?
Because it's 44, so... What we doing?
It don't matter. It don't even matter, man. It is Easter, though, man.
It is Easter.
It's Easter. What you do for Easter, man? You the big minister, man. You got a sermon? You gonna go there and drop some eggs off?
I don't know how
that works.
Drop some nuggets?
Yeah, drop some nuggets, man.
Nah, I'm okay.
Easter eggs, as they say.
I don't want them to test these waters.
Okay.
Yeah, man, but when I was a kid, I do remember Easter. Like, it was a big thing at our church.
Right.
You ever had to say an Easter speech?
I never had to say an Easter speech.
Oh, man.
I did several Easter egg hunts.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, let's I'm about to take this back.
Okay.
Easter egg hunts. Do you remember the Easter egg hunts where they were all plastic eggs? Or did you have the actual boiled eggs that were tie-dyed?
My mom, when she did the Easter egg hunts, she did the boiled eggs.
Okay.
Now, when we did anything at church, it was the plastic eggs.
Okay.
And sometimes we would do, like, arts in the park or different little free events.
Right.
It was always the plastic eggs with the little plastic little green, grass.
Right. Right. Plastic green grass, candy, or whatever in it.
Yeah.
Did you ever get an Easter egg with money in it?
Yes. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Got the golden egg before, like $5 in it. Yeah. Got that
golden
before.
egg was $5?
$5, dog.
Sheesh.
What's wrong?
Whew.
Oh, that was big time money?
That was not for me. We didn't even have golden eggs, but our eggs started at $1, but you found that real Easter egg. It had like $20 in it.
Ooh.
You ain't never found an egg with $20 in it? Mm. You ain't never been to Miami doing the Easter egg hunt, man.
Your church had money. That church had money. You opened up an egg and had another egg inside. Take this home and boil it. Scramble it with a little cheese. That's breakfast for tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, man. No.
Man, I've had to do Easter speeches.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
How does that go? What is an Easter speech?
What is an Easter speech?
What's an Easter speech? I know the Easter outfits, boy. You gotta have that lime.
Boy,
you gotta have that pink. You gotta have that orange. You gotta have that highlighter green. Huh?
Hey, every Easter outfit I've had is on your hoodie. I've had maroon. I've had blue. I will say this. I've never had neon colors.
Really?
I didn't learn about neon colors till I moved to Virginia.
Oh, yeah, because we'll do it to you down here.
What? Will you? Bruh, I've seen a dude in a pink, and I'm not talking about a regular pink. I'm not talking about like a light pink. I'm talking about an actual neon pink suit. Shoes, suit, and hat to match.
Oh, yeah, man. Look, Virginia is where, like, retired pimps from Detroit and L.A. come to live. That's why they say Virginia is for lovers. That's exactly what they mean. It's for the love of the pimp game. That's what they do. They come down here, and every Easter, they come out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only time where it's really acceptable to have that kind of bright garments on, man. That's where they come to retire. That's just what I heard.
They come to retire in Virginia?
Yeah.
Because Virginia is for lovers.
It's for lovers, baby. They fall right in.
Then when they die, they get mummified.
That's it, man.
Man, but no, I've actually had to say Easter speeches like, man, I probably had to say since I was like 6. I can remember there is a video out, and I don't know who has it, but if you have it, bury it.
Please don't bury it.
Bury it.
Get it digitally mastered in 4K for a live audience, please.
There's pictures out, and I'm not going to say who has the pictures, but there's pictures out of me playing Jesus.
Whoa. So I will pay for the footage. Whoever's got it. We need it. We need it.
I was in a white sheet that had a hole cut out of it.
Not Casper as Jesus.
I was in a white sheet.
Jesus, are you Casper,
And
or are you a Klansman? What is that?
and they took I can't remember who made it, but they took yarn and they made it into what was supposed to be the thorns on his head. And this is the bad part. I was supposed to stand up there like this.
Right. So
There was no cross for me to be on. I was just supposed to stand there with my arms out. Like this. And when I tell you my arms get tired,
I bet.
I'm just supposed to stand there like this and wait for everybody to say their speech, and then I had my own lines. But I had to sound like I was tired, but I was really was tired.
This is easy to act out.
Is it? My God, why have you forsaken me? Like,
no, like, really,
why? Why have you forsaken me? Like,
no, man. Easter for me has always been weird because I don't like the people that they visit church on Easter. Oh. It's always irked my nerves.
Yeah,
I don't think God is just looking like, let me check to see who's in there on Easter, and I'm gonna hook him up real good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he ain't gonna be here next week, and he won't here last week, and he probably won't be here again till next year. But I'm gonna hook him up.
Gonna hook him up.
That sounds legit to y'all.
And he looks nice because he got that hot pink on.
He got the hot pink covering up all them old linens from the mummification. Yeah, man, he got to do something.
So why don't you like the people that come there once a year, man? Everybody need Jesus.
Yeah, but you need him more than once a year, don't you?
Yeah, that's true.
I would assume.
You definitely need him more than once a year.
I know I call him more than once a year. But not just on Easter, not like just on the same for Christmas,
right?
Or that's any true. Holiday that's man-made that we don't necessarily know the exact date. We just pick a date and celebrate it.
And you know what? I totally agree with you.
Easter might be November for all we really know.
I hope not, because they said he died in spring. So
the spring, right? But the spring, according to whom? The spring might have been November back then. We don't know. We don't.
You're right.
We got chemtrails in the air. I don't know what season we're in right now. It was 80 degrees yesterday, and now it's 40.
You're right. We actually do have to turn our heat back on. It is really bad. Do you know where the name Easter came from?
Where did Easter come from? I don't know.
Here's a history lesson. We're going to go back to the museum real quick. Easter came from the name Ishtar.
Ishtar.
Okay. Ishtar is the Babylonian name for the goddess of love.
Okay.
Which is the Greek name for Venus.
Okay.
You heard of Venus, right?
Yes.
Venus is the goddess of love, and the way they came up with Easter is because of Ishtar.
Okay.
All right. So then, not only that, because Ishtar was the goddess of love, they also, talk about procreation and sex. Mm-hmm. So the reason why we celebrate, or they brought up the actual Easter egg, is because it's not because of an actual egg, because of course bunnies are mammals. They
Right.
don't use eggs. We're actually talking about the egg of a woman.
So Easter and Valentine's are flip-flop?
Or
Is that what you
connected.
said? Oh.
Or connected. But then it gets deeper. Because the people of Babylonia...
That means two things.
That means two things.
Yeah.
The people of Babylonia actually worshipped rabbits.
Wow.
Why did they worship rabbits? And then you have the goddess of love.
Because rabbits be humping
Rabbits be
for a minute.
Yeah, and they have the
Yeah.
most babies of a mammal.
My mind is blown.
That's how you got Easter. From Ishtar, the egg of a woman,
Yeah.
and rabbits who be humping.
Wow. So, what you're saying, minister, is on Easter Sunday, we shouldn't be at church. We should be going to work. That's what I got from it. I'm sure that's not what he meant by it. That's my word, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm passing it down to all the fellas. If you need that ammo, babe, you know it's Easter Sunday. What that bunny do? You know what I'm saying? Or something to that effect. Something to that effect, man. You heard it here, the origination of Easter. I had no idea. My mind is blown, man. My mind is blown. Well, look, we're going to stay here with women. You know what I'm saying? I know we are done with the what was it, Women's Month or International?
Oh,
Women?
yeah, international. No, it was Women's History Month.
Women's History
In March.
Month. Yeah. I know we're out of Women's History Month, but we're going to stay with the celebration of women.
Absolutely.
Because on the sports side,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, whether you've been behind a rock or underneath an Easter basket, I don't know.
Yeah. We're going to resurrect you right now.
Yeah, you should have seen this whole influx of attention that comes to women's basketball.
Absolutely.
Especially the national championship. And
Yeah.
there are two highly favored players.
Yeah. Elite players.
Caitlin Clark of Iowa University and Miss Reese of LSU. What is it? Is it Allen Reese? What's her name?
Reese.
That's fine. Miss Reese of LSU. Anyway, Queen Reese.
Queen Reese.
Queen Reese of LSU.
Come give me that, baby. Come give me that.
Reese. So the whole issue or storyline that comes with this,
yes,
because the only way that they can get us involved in women's sports is to have a storyline.
Gotta have a storyline and controversy.
And I say that it's unfortunate because without the storyline, there's no support.
You're right.
Because, you know, we can watch a football game. There doesn't have to be any story tied to it. Nobody's got to be injured.
Nothing.
Nobody's got to be playing for nothing. It's just team versus team.
That's
and we'll
it.
watch it.
Yeah.
But women's basketball, nah, I need a story.
I need
who hate who?
Young and the Restless. I need
something.
General
Black,
Hospital.
white. Yeah, make it racy.
Something. Yeah.
Because generally, there's normally just not a lot of excitement when it comes to, you know, women's sports.
Right.
However, the narrative has been flipped.
Yeah.
You know, I have been a watcher of women's basketball because I like basketball.
Right.
And obviously, there's no real women's football.
Right.
There's, you know, the lingerie league, but who's really watching that for football? Okay. Now... So you've got women's basketball going on, and it's actually really exciting because I mean these women are crossing each other up.
Yeah,
they're shooting 40-foot jumpers.
Yeah, they're playing hard.
Like Steph, they're playing hard.
Yeah,
and the greatest thing of all in sports to me is competitiveness.
Trash talking.
And with competitiveness, it comes trash talk.
Absolutely.
And with trash talk comes mind games.
Yes.
There's a whole nother side to the game.
Absolutely.
Than it's just the skill. Like,
Yeah.
if you got the skill, that's cool.
Yeah.
But, like, can you out-talk your opponent?
Yes.
Can you get in your opponent's head?
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's mental.
Yeah,
a lot of the
is.
game is physical and it's skill, but it's mental.
Absolutely.
You know, because you can be the best 3-point shooter in the world, but if I say something about your mama that gets you to thinking, you know, you start to hear them clickety clanks.
Yeah, you do.
You know, if you don't have the heart to get past that.
Right.
So the ordeal with this whole LSU versus Iowa national championship game that went down was the fact that the white player, and I hate to make it a racy thing, but I mean, it is
what it is.
You got the white player in Caitlin Clark for Iowa versus Queen Reese and the rest of her gang with LSU. Two completely different cultures. Right? Who come together for the commonality. Is that a word? I don't know.
Commonality, yes.
Commonality of basketball. Right? And like we said, with that comes trash talk.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to see a trash talker, man. Especially if you like sports.
Yes.
You like to see trash talk.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite trash talker? Like, if any sport, all time, current,
Terrell Owens.
current, old. Okay.
T.O.
I like that.
T.O. is one of the biggest trash talkers. Ever since I seen him when he got traded from the Cowboys and he was on the Eagles and he played the Cowboys and he scored on them, ran to the middle of the field and acted like he was, you know, taking a Miami, Florida on him. You know?
Taking a Florida on him.
Taking a Florida on him.
I got you.
You know, it was that dude talks trash like crazy.
I'll take you on that. I did like him as a trash talker, one of my favorites, but my favorite of all time, and we don't have enough of him on tape because it's so vulgar.
Right.
It's Kevin Garnett.
Oh, yeah.
KG.
Yeah.
Man, like, when TV first started becoming HD, like, they didn't tell us that the picture would get better and the sound would get better.
Yeah.
KG would talk so much trash. It felt like whenever I watched his game, it was on like some kind of delay.
Yeah.
Because he would say something and, you know, there would be like not a beat, but it would just be a mute in sound and then it would come back up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like the type, like, every single time he gets a rebound, he's yelling and screaming.
Yeah, that's true.
Every bucket, he's yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Assist, yelling.
Yeah.
Block,
yelling.
Timeout, I'm yelling. Halftime, I'm yelling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody caught a hot dog in the first stand, I'm yelling. That's just what he did.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
So, like we said, with the game comes trash talk.
Absolutely.
So the big hype was between Caitlin Clark and Miss Queen Reese of LSU, because during the previous game, before Iowa faced off with LSU, Iowa played against South Carolina. Yeah. Shout out to Don Staley.
Right.
And during that game, Caitlin Clark
was talking mad trash
and backing it up.
Yes,
backing it up. I'm talking 400 degrees juvenile.
What?
Back that ass up.
Back it all the way
up. That was her second 40-point game?
She was killing
in a row.
Yeah.
And to me, if I'm torching you, I have the right to talk trash.
Absolutely.
I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from.
I have nothing to say.
What you've done in this life.
Nothing at all.
I don't care.
Don't care.
You're going to get this trash talk.
Matter of fact, hey, coach, I need a sub. I need a sub. I can't guard her. You got to get somebody else to do it.
Yo, I'm talking so much trash, I'm calling a timeout for your coach to tell your coach, get somebody else in here to check me. Because nobody out here can guard me.
Nobody out here can do it.
So, during the South Carolina game, Caitlin Clark does the whole,
John Cena.
It's really
you can't see me.
It's really Tony Yayo, if you want to give props due where it's
Tony
due.
Yayo?
Oh, yeah. Tony Yayo did it way before John Cena did.
Really?
John Cena took it from me. I guarantee you. You got to do your Googles and your research.
Okay.
Tony Yayo did it first. So we're going to give props due
early 90s?
No, not at all.
What we talking?
This is early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
So around the same time John Cena came on the scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, around the same time, which would make sense as, as a culture vulture. That's what they do.
Right?
There's a rap video. Oh, I like that. Let me do it too.
That is around the time where John Cena was entering into the ring with a rap song. That is correct.
Yes. And this is at the time G-Unit and 50 Cent were at the top of the charts.
That is correct.
So we had Tony Ayo. He had his song out with that's not it. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But he had that, and his big thing was this. He wasn't saying you can't see me.
Right.
This was just his little. It was like a dance.
I get you.
John Cena turned it into you can't see me.
Right.
Right. So that's the wrestling portion of it.
Okay.
So Caitlin Clark mocks John Cena,
right,
and does the "You Can't See Me" dance or whatever towards South Carolina.
Right.
Very next game, prior to the game, Queen Reese of LSU says, "I saw that, and I ain't like that." Banana bite.
That's already.
Yeah, she ain't like that.
Yeah,
she ain't like that. So she did what every other usual black team from the hood does.
Yeah.
When it comes to ball.
Yeah.
And they mollywopped Iowa. I mean,
did they?
Caitlin Clark still did her thing.
She still had like a 30-point game or something like that.
She is a one-man wrecking crew.
She was killing them.
But she's also the epitome of, I can't do it by myself.
That is true.
So LSU came to town, whooped up on them.
Yeah. And
while they were up like 15, 17 points that you can't come back from, Queen Reese hit her with the same, "You can't see me because you can't see us."
Yeah.
And then started pointing to the ring finger.
Right.
Because she knew that's what was coming.
Right.
And now the argument has become, it's classless versus trash talk.
Right.
So they're saying that the first instance was just trash talk what Caitlyn was doing, but now when Queen Reese did it, it's considered classless. It's considered, it's hood. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Same thing as what?
They did the same thing.
Yeah, they did do the same thing.
Why is there a difference in between of what was done?
I mean, because...
Oh, I get it. Caitlyn did the Tony Yayo.
Yeah.
She did it without the words.
Yeah.
And then, you got Queen Reese come out and she was like, "You can't see me." So she actually put words to it.
Nah, not quite.
No?
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
I thought I was in a museum. My bad.
No, man. It's basically it's the old classic story of, you know what I'm saying, when y'all do it.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's cool, but as soon as we do it, it's an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it came at a good time because women's basketball and sports in general needs viewership. They need viewership. So if it's going to take some kind of storyline like this to, you know what I'm saying, spark it and bring it to the forefront, yeah, I'm all for it.
You know what? And it might turn into a rivalry that lasts a long time because there's no doubt in my mind that these two ladies are going to end up facing each other in the WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
They have to.
Definitely.
They have to. Because have you heard the story of Queen Reese?
No, I haven't heard the
story.
So
Queen Reese actually was recruited by Maryland.
Okay.
Played 2 years at Maryland. Her freshman year, end of her freshman year, she busted up her ankle. Mm-hmm. And it was a real bad incident. Came back second year, wasn't really impressed. Like she was like a top 5 women's basketball player.
Gotcha.
After her second year, she decided to, leave Maryland and go somewhere else. And she was actually being recruited by South Carolina. LSU was not on her list, but she ended up going to LSU because you had South Carolina, all these other different people, different colleges who wanted her, Alabama and stuff like that, because she was top 5. But she just got hurt. But she ended up going to LSU and balled out.
Wow.
Balled out. And in the second year of her being at LSU, and in the second year of the new coach at LSU, they went to the national championship.
Wow.
And won.
That's dope, man.
Which tells me she's a baller for real.
Yeah, she's a baller for real.
Yeah.
Did you hear her in the game speech?
No.
After she was talking?
Oh, when she was on the when they brought her up onto the stage, the desk, the podium, where was she at?
No.
She was in the mummification?
Well after that.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
After that, backstage.
Oh, she was rapping?
Yeah, they went to talk to her and she was like, well, basically when I was in Maryland, you know what I'm saying, they was holding me down and they had to cast on my ankles and they didn't want to let me go. They had to cast on me. I was like a mummy. But I had to shed those linen cloths, you know what I'm saying, do what I had to do. Next thing you know, I'm pooping in the water. Next thing you know, I'm pooping in the water. I'm dropping off cash apps to my homies all over the place. And now we can have a happy Easter as the new champions of women's basketball.
Why? Because it's one for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Spirit.
Hey, we want to thank y'all for coming out to the Church Parking Lot Podcast where
And it ain't what you think.
this has been episode 111
Yeah.
of the Church Parking Lot Podcast. Man, make sure you check us out on all our social media, churchparkinglotpodcast.com,
Yeah.
and our sole sponsor, shopnewclothes.com.
Absolutely.
Make sure y'all stay safe out there when you egg hunting.
Stay safe, man.
Bring your wet wipes, because you don't know where these eggs have been. They might have pulled them from down under. If it got a little feces on it, don't worry. It's what's inside the egg that counts. That's what I was told.
You might have to go through some crap to get to it.
Yeah, that's it. We told you was gonna learn something in this. If you ain't learned nothing else, you learn that. But for the Church Parking Lot Podcast, this is B. Allen.
Hey, this is J. Jamaal, man.
See y'all next week.
Peace.